Hey everyone, what's going on? OmnicientWolf here, and I just wanted to provide a quick update video to my previous video, which was all about offboarding from Twitch affiliate. This is sort of going to be the opposite of why I'm considering onboarding back to Twitch. And I'm going to try to keep this succinct. I do have 4 bullet points that I want to cover. Now, the first of which, just jumping right into it, is at the end of the day, it seems like from the community perspective, people just care about emotes and channel points. I don't want to say just care, but they care more about emotes and channel points and that type of interactivity over ad-free viewing. Because a lot of times, at the end of the day, those people that are supporting you, there are a lot of followers, a lot of lurkers, but also a lot of people that are subbing. So by default, they'll have ad-free viewing. And for those that don't, it's one of those things where, unfortunately, we live in a society where we're used to ads. So you have that experience on Twitch when you hop on and pull up a stream and you have, 30-second ads. Some people go through it, others don't. And there are ways to limit ads on the channel. Like if you run pre-roll ads in advance or on your own time, I should say, manually, you do have the ability to disable ads up to 60 minutes at a time, which comes in handy. But yeah, I think people in the community do enjoy that level of interactivity that you unfortunately only get when you hit affiliate. So having experimented over the past month on Twitch, on Kick, and then the multi-stream, and then half and half, and simply playing around with some of the interactive tools and trying to mitigate that with stream elements, it's just not the same, having those native emotes and channel points just work out of the box on Twitch versus using like a third-party tool. So secondly, speaking of subs, people in general are just willing to sub on Twitch despite knowing that 50% goes to Twitch. So, at the end of the day, although I'm not a fan of Twitch earning is probably not the right word, getting 50% of each sub, bit, cheers, all that good stuff. At the end of the day, that's a decision I think that lies with the community. I can't spearhead and say, hey, you know what, this is our stronghold people into saying, don't sub on Twitch. At the end of the day, it's their prerogative, it's their money if they choose to do so. And regardless, obviously, I'm very appreciative in any case. I will say, if you do have the option and you're willing to, is sub on Kick, because the 95-5 split is much more rewarding for the creator than the 50-50 on Twitch. That being said, I also totally understand if Twitch is your main platform, you never touch Kick, in which case you probably want to have those benefits kick in on Twitch. And I feel that, even myself personally, even myself, I would say that I often use Twitch. I don't use Kick as much as I probably should from a viewing experience perspective. To be honest, there are just a lot more channels to watch on Twitch than there are on Kick, at least from my interests. So anyways, I digress. That's all I wanted to say about that. And in fact, this whole discussion about Twitch and Kick leads me to my third point. At the end of the day, Twitch is still the leader in the streaming space, and most of my community prefers to remain on there as opposed to watching and subscribing on Kick. I've already mentioned this. I'm pretty much the same way. So, it's kind of unrealistic for me to expect that 100% of my community, as soon as I flip the switch and move on to Kick, that they'll follow along. There's certainly been a few that have joined me on my adventure on Kick. And I think in the future, to be honest with you, my future in streaming lies in multi-streaming. I do like trying to have that sort of, I don't know if exposure is the right word, but being able to have a couple streams going on different platforms and just experimenting and seeing what works best, to be honest with you. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's up for the community to decide what they want to do, where they want to follow, where they want to watch. So I shouldn't be the one sort of gatekeeping or imposing anything of that nature, to be honest with you. So all this to say, in conclusion, I do plan on rejoining affiliates. In fact, I did send a ticket over to Twitch because I can't do it manually anymore, apparently. Even though it gives me the option, I get some kind of error. So I did contact Twitch, submitted a ticket to onboard me once again to affiliate. And moving forward, as of October 9th, I will be multi-streaming. I did try to multi-stream for the past month for parts of it, However, the issue is that my internet does require an upgrade so that I can have more upload bandwidth in order to make that happen. So October 9th is when the new plan kicks in, and that's when I plan to continue multi-streaming. Even though it's technically not allowed, I will see how far we can push it and if anyone actually cares, considering we are a much smaller content creator / streamer than most. So, and once again, I will still encourage subs to happen on Kick if possible. But once again, that comes down to personal preference. So do as you wish. I respect your decision. So hopefully no one out there is like, oh my God, Wolf caved in and didn't stick with his word. I never meant for me offboarding Twitch affiliate to ever be a finality of any sorts. It was meant to be an experiment and see how it progressed throughout the past month. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, despite wanting to live in a utopian society with no ads, a higher revenue split, and more control over my channel on Twitch, especially when it comes to ads, it's not realistic. And it's also unrealistic for me to expect that others would feel the same way and willing to make the same decision. So as a result of that, I'm going to go ahead and once again onboard back on Twitch, despite my reservations, and make it work the best that I can. Anyways, I always feel awkward talking about myself. It feels a little egocentric, if you will. But to an extent, as a content creator streamer, that's sort of what you do, right? Allow your personality to shine through. Anyways, I digress. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, listening, all that good stuff. And first and foremost, the support that you've shown throughout this transitionary period or testing period, if you will. Things will go back to normal with the addition of multi-streaming on both Twitch and Kick. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace out.